Another day, another thought. Welcome all to another edition of the Double Thought Show. Hope everyone is doing all right. As you guys know, I'm RJ here together with my co-host KR. KR, what's up, man?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome. Thanks to everyone that's watching this pre-recorded live stream, as well as those watching the rebroadcast. We have a good one for you today, so we hope you enjoy this show.
Yeah, guys, remember to follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Press on that like button down below. Like the show. It helps us with the rebroadcast, getting the show out there, and helps us in the recommendations, the algorithm, all those stuff. So please press on the like button down below. Let us know what you think. Because of course we are trying to spread the word.
Yes, the gospel.
Yes, sir. We're trying to spread the gospel, and the way we can do it, and you can also too, is by pressing on that subscribe button. It's down there. Oh, down there. Sorry. Hey, man, I'm playing on Mama's basement, man. What can you expect?
Uh,
Incompetent as they come. Anyway, uh, guys, we're trying to get our subscribers up. We have a pretty good amount right now, but I mean, every time we're trying to get more subscribers to reach our goal. What was our goal again, RJ?
yeah, guys, we want to reach 1,000 subscribers by June of this year.
Yes, yes. So we're trying to get to that goal, and we have some plans for that. For those that the first 1,000, we want to give back.
Yeah.
Let's see how we're gonna do that. But of course, you can be part of the Double Thinkers community. Guys, if you can help us, also don't forget to share the video with your friends, family. That lady you see walking in that hotel lobby. Make sure you keep a safe distance, though. That person could be your enemy without you knowing it. You never know. Don't forget to distract your enemies with our videos so you can strike them out. Guys, or share it with anyone you see in the lobby. You share it. We're trying to get the word out. Anyway,
Yes.
RJ, what do you have for us with regards to the disclaimer?
Yes, guys, before we proceed, the usual disclaimer. As you guys know, the views and opinions you shared in the stories we discuss on our shows, uh, and particularly those expressed in the articles and videos we share on this channel, do not necessarily reflect the thoughts and opinions of the channel, KR, nor myself. All topics we discuss, we do for entertainment purposes only. Remember that viewer discretion is advised and all commentary is alleged. As we always say here on the Double Touch Show, we don't know anything. We are not your gurus. If you do, however, require advice in a particular area of your life, be it legal advice, financial advice, coaching, how to deal with your enemy advice, I don't know. We strongly urge you
Recognizing an enemy.
rec- recognizing the enemy. Hopefully, it's not the person you speak to last before you go to sleep. However, we strongly urge you to seek out the advice in those specific situations from the respective professionals that are specialized in the fields in which you need assistance.
And assistance you will need if you have your own gurus gunning for you. Guys, as we always say here at the Double Touch Show,
Bora!
Hora do show! It's showtime. And today we're going back to a topic which we already discussed in the past, but we are going to update you guys on the latest. We're gonna talk about, as you could see in the thumbnail, Michael Irvin and Marriott.
Yeah.
Today we are gonna look at the latest developments in this case. We have covered this case quite extensively. We're gonna take a look at that later. But the question we have today is Marriott into fetishes? I'm just kidding, guys. Are they gonna? Is Marriott putting their foot in their mouth in this case?
Yes, yes,
Allegedly.
yes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You never know who's watching. They might think. They might not read, or they might be half deaf. They might have not heard your disclaimer. What do you think, RJ? Are they?
Well,
Are they?
well, I think that they might not read. They might be getting advice from a guru that's leading them
Into a blind alley.
Into a blind alley. Yes, yes, yes. Because in today's show, we're gonna talk about Marriott's response, or I should say, the response of Marriott and three other individuals who are the defendants in the Michael Irvin case. And basically, we're gonna go through their response and see what they're saying. Spoiler alert: they're denying. It seems like they're denying everything, even things that seemingly contradict themselves. But yeah, let's see how this will play out.
Okay. Let's see how it plays out. With that being said,
where do we begin?
Where do we begin? So we will begin at basically a month or two ago. We started covering this lawsuit, or at least the start of it. We have a special playlist for this. Michael versus Marriott. We have about 34 videos covering from the early start, how it all started, up to now. And we have discussed different topics, different angles. We have covered when they released the video. We covered the video. We covered legal pet law.
Mhm.
Legal pet law's interview with one of the key witnesses 2 weeks ago, and now we are here. Last time around, we talked about, well, not last time, because last time we reviewed the interview by legal pet law and the key witness. But before that, we talked about the transition from courts. Because about 3 weeks ago, I'm gonna recap real quick. 3 weeks ago, Michael decided to refile the defamation case in Arizona. That's where the hotel is situated, and that's also where this lawsuit should have been filed initially. The lawyer explained during one of those press conferences they had why he initially filed it in Dallas, but now back then. Now they knew more, they had more info. They were going to refile it in Arizona. So they did that on the 14th of March. And of course, as a defense in this case, Marriott has to counter. And counter they have. They have filed a, well, is that a counter motion or is this a RJ?
Yeah. So it just says the looking at the core documents, the core document, but it's just the answer to the complaint.
Answer
called-
to the complaint. So the initial answer. So there have been a lot of stuff discussed already. It took a lot for Michael's lawyer to get the key video showing what happened. And according to him, there was also a lot more footage that wasn't released yet. Will we ever see that footage? I don't know. Let us know in the comments what you think about that. But what we do know is that there is more footage, more angles, but he only got one of the angles.
Yeah.
We are going to review those angles as well today, that video, because as RJ said, they are denying everything. So we're gonna take a look again at the video to see what they are denying. I mean, there might be things that they don't even make sense to deny.
Yeah.
It's like me saying, I don't have a beard. You can deny some things, but doesn't make him the truth.
Yeah.
I want to say something else, but I don't want to be canceled. Let's continue. Yes, RJ. Anything you want to add to that before we start with?
No, we can continue.
Okay. So here we are. I'm gonna take a quick look at the video, so you guys can get a good view. Maybe you haven't seen the video yet of the initial interaction, and maybe after that, RJ can tell a couple of things of what he has read in that reaction by Marriott.
Yeah.
So what we have here is the video. And this is where you see up here, upstairs here at the door.
No, it's
Michael
not.
is here.
Yeah, it's not upstairs. It's
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, up in the
the video footage.
the right corner, but not upstairs. Yeah.
We went back a little far.
It is not as granular as it should be.
Okay.
So you clearly see people walking, and I'm gonna stop this here. Down here, you see the accuser of Michael Irvin.
Jane, yeah, and the plaintiff in the answer that they filed, that the defendants filed, she's still referred to as Jane Doe. It is. Michael probably knows the identity, but has chosen to refer to her as Jane Doe to protect her identity, despite everything that's going on.
Such a gentleman. According to Marriott, he wasn't a gentleman, but okay. Quite the opposite, actually. But
According
let's
to them.
continue. We'll see. Well, we cannot hear what they're gonna say, but in a previous show, we talked about what Marriott alleges came out of Michael's mouth. It had to do with big guys entering something, big bad guys entering something. Anyway, let's continue. As you can see here, Jane Doe is walking towards. Oh, Jane Doe could have walked
Straight to
straight towards the bar, but
because
Jane
she-
Doe
yeah.
chooses to go around, take a round, so
Yeah.
she can see who's coming up.
Yeah, and it's good to say that that's Michael's story as well, right? So Michael's story is that she was walking. She could have went because she works in the restaurant, the bar restaurant, and she basically walked around. She didn't go straight to the restaurant. She took a detour. Their side of the story is that she probably did it to contact Michael, so to get into contact. Let's continue.
Let's continue. So she's is she speaking? Is she speaking right there? Let's see, peekaboo. Let me see.
I don't know.
Yes. Her head is going a little bit sideways. Someone coming up. Let me see. Yeah.
Yeah. And there.
And there we have everyone is continues walking except Jane Doe, according to Irving's lawyer.
Yeah.
And it seems according to my eye as well, but I'm
But-
not sure.
Can you go back like a bit more?
Here?
A bit more? Okay, yeah, play. Michael is coming from outside.
Yes.
Mhm.
Seems to
And
be
she
walking
she
straight.
answers, yeah. So she's already inside. Then she steps outside. And then they start dancing. They greet each other. She steps. So Michael's story is that he stepped out the way so people can enter, and get out the bar. And then you see them talking and pause the video. Can you point the mouse on the manager inside the bar and go back a bit. So you can see the manager.
Managers here.
So the way the lawyers of Michael is describing it is they're saying that the manager was looking and he seemed like pissed. He kept looking in the direction, seemingly pissed at the woman, her colleague. And after the conversation, you see them walking together, and you can, so according to the lawyers, Michael's lawyers, you can clearly see that the manager was pissed. Presumably because the woman should have been working instead of talking to Michael. But let's continue to see, because that's also a key part. So the woman goes first.
Woman is standing right behind this column.
Yeah.
The manager is here. She can
Walking
see-
towards, yeah, and then sees Michael. They talk. The manager keeps looking at their direction.
Yes,
in their
and is
direction.
standing there like, what are you doing?
Yeah. They're clearly talking. There's a distance.
Manager still waiting.
Manager's like, come on, look at the gestures. Yeah. The manager's like, come on, lady. You have
These are
things to
fun.
do.
You have things to do out here.
Yeah.
You pay you per hour.
Let's continue. So you can clearly see that he's waiting on her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you continue to play until the end. And then we can proceed with Marriott's defense.
Still talking. Manager already moved.
And there, Michael Irvin laughs. They talk to each other.
Still standing, he's standing in a distance. They shake their hands as a happy to meet you.
Keep on talking. She kicks.
She kicks. That's like a what type of kick is that? Is it a happy kick or is this a kick? I'm gonna kick him in the.
It's a kick. It's a kick. According to Michael Irving's team, it was a happy kick. Yeah.
And is Marriott saying that it's a kick towards the
groin area? I don't know about that, but we're gonna dive into that.
Okay. Let's see. Still standing there, talking. Bye.
And she enters the restaurant, and the manager comes immediately. So that's Irvin's lawyer. And the manager comes immediately, and they walk together.
So you can see here. Press play. Yes, here you have Jane Doe and you have the manager walking.
And they go together outside, and you can see that the manager and Irvin is talking to. If you look at where the Irvin is talking to someone at the bar, while the employee and the manager went out. Can we see so that's basically the video. We analyzed it in a previous show. So guys, if you want to check it out, we invite you to check out the playlist that KaiR talked about. You can find it under the playlist channel. How many videos do we have in that playlist now?
34 in the playlist.
We have 34 because we've been covering this story from its inception. So feel free to check out the video if you have any.
We broke down the video. We broke down that video in this full show.
Yeah. Will Marriott's reputation and brand suffer as a result of Michael Irvin's treatment?
Yeah. And we had the previous big win as well. It was when it was announced that he would the judge basically pressured Marriott to do what is expected. But
yeah. So
what was the response? Because I think we clearly see what happened there. Well, perceptions might be different depending on who's watching it. Some people see that he's flirting with her. Others see just a normal interaction between a man and a woman. Others see harassment.
Yeah.
What is Marriott's judgment on this?
Yeah, Marriott isn't seeing anything apparently.
Is Marriott blind? Tell me.
Well,
did they hire the daredevil as the lawyer?
I don't know about that. But yeah, Marriott has when we say Marriott, just to repeat, we're talking about Marriott as well as the three other individuals. The names are being mentioned in the document. One of them being called Jane Doe. Jane Doe is the specific accuser, it's officially the accuser, and two other people. But we're saying Marriott or defendant because that is what, yeah, but because this is this is Marriott's defense. Marriott is basically denying everything, even things that do not make sense. And before we proceed, remember to hit the like button, share your thoughts and opinions with us. And you haven't done so, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us to reach our goals faster.
Share it with family, friends, and enemies as well.
As well, yes, yes, yes. Well, Marriott is denying everything, as I said. Well, almost everything. But let's focus on what Marriott is denying. Because Irvin said in his court filing, so in his complaint, that Jane Doe was the one who initiated the dispute. He said in his complaint that the interaction was friendly. He said that the accusations that Jane Doe made is making or made in that period were false. He said that Marriott and Renaissance, because why is Renaissance and Marriott? What is the link? Renaissance, correct me if I'm wrong, KaiR, but Renaissance falls under Marriott, right? Renaissance
It's a
is,
concept. Yeah, it's a Marriott concept.
yeah. So Irvin stated that Marriott didn't do its due diligence properly, but that it went on to share the accused the false information given by Jane Doe to the NFL, the National Football League, and consequently, that caused him to be taken off the Super Bowl team, media team,
And even suspended till today.
even suspended till today. Irvin also claimed in his complaint that he was expelled from the hotel without any warning, without any explanation. According to him, he was woken up. He was woken up by a knock on the door, and security came and said, "Irvin, Mr. Irvin, you need to leave." The report led him to miss the programming, the show, and led to a suspension. Marriott is denying all of these points. So basically, what Marriott is saying is that Irvin initiated the conversation, that Jane Doe's accusations were true, that apparently they're saying that they didn't notify the NFL, but they did notify the NFL. But here, if they're denying what is being mentioned in the specific paragraph and in their complaint, then Marriott is denying what we know to be a fact, and that is that they did notify the NFL. But I think,
Are they saying, or do they suggest that
the false,
NFL
no, they're denying. So I think they're focusing on the information. So they're not denying. So this is interpretation. I don't think they're denying that they said it, but they're denying that they disclosed false information. So the accent is probably on the false information
So
and not on.
they're playing these lawyer games, basically.
Well, yeah. I mean, litigation has its own rules, just like any sport, and you need to know the rules. And before we continue, just why is Marriott denying everything? Everything has to do with the burden of proof. In this case, Michael Irvin is the one that's accusing Marriott of wrongdoing. So Michael Irvin needs to prove certain things, right? But Marriott also has burden of proof. There are also certain things that Marriott needs to prove. So Michael Irvin needs to make it. Uh, Michael Irvin doesn't need to. So to start with, Michael Irvin doesn't need to prove. He needs to make it convincingly enough, or convincing enough, that Marriott acted in a way that wasn't rightful. So
Mhm.
that Marriott is guilty of wrongdoings against him, and depending on the weight of his accusations and what he can provide as motivation and support,
Mhm.
Marriott would need to counter. So if his claims, if Irving's claims are, let's say, an eight, Marriott needs to bring an 8 in defense. If his claims are a 2, for example, if he's just stating something without motivating, he's just saying Marriott did something wrong, but Irvin isn't motivating enough why, then Marriott, the Marriott would need to prove a lot, So
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, usually when you're in a defamation case, the person that is accusing the other has much more higher burden of showing that they are right. Correct?
yeah, so you have a couple of things that plays a
Burden of-
role. First of all, so that is true, partially true. Um, you also would need to look at whether it's an opinion or not, whether it was meant to be funny or not. So if it's comedy or if it's news, etc. So in this case, it's none of the above. It was just a straight call to Michael Irvin's employer, right? Um, we're not talking about, for example, a comment that was made in the news media about this topic. Um, and we're not talking. I mean, if we look at another case we covered, which is the Pat McAfee Brett Favre case, which we'll have a future show on, guys. So please stay tuned to that. But stay tuned for that. But the so there, Pat McAfee was broadcasting the news. He cited a news article, or at least the source, that stated that Brett Favre was guilty of wrongdoings, and he used the words allegedly. So he talked about it in a certain way, and Brett Favre said, "Hey, but that's not true. So it's defamation because for whatever reason, I don't understand that case at all. If Marriott and Brett Favre they have the same lawyer, but um, the but
I guess
the
Daredevil is Cox, lawyer Cox. Now that's the name of the Daredevil in the.
oh, I don't know.
What do you
Thank you
think
for
I was talking?
I didn't think at all. I was just
Charlie Cox. That's what that's
the
the
lawyer,
not
the
the lawyer, but
Daredevil.
the guy who's playing Daredevil.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, well, thanks for clarifying that up. So, yeah. So it was.
if, so if it's the real Daredevil, it would be Matt Murdock. But anyway,
Yeah, that's what I know. Murdoch. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what I was saying. So it depends a lot if it was sarcasm or not. If it was an over exaggeration, um, or not. So a
What?
lot of things play a role. So in this case, they went straight to or at least that's what Michael Irvin is stating, that they went straight to Marriott without
To
doing
NFL.
to the NFL. What did I say?
Marriott.
To the NFL before conducting a proper due diligence, right?
Mm.
Um, yeah. So, but in that case, there is a consequence. So, a couple of things that play a role. First, the judge will look at the actions of Marriott, but what's also important is whether there is a there is a cause connection,
Mhm.
a cause and consequence, whether the unlawful, potentially unlawful actions of Marriott
Mhm.
um, caused a direct damage. Because the judge might say, "Yeah, Marriott, what you did was wrong, but you're not the one that's suspended, Michael. It was the NFL." So, and as I mentioned in another, at
Previous
least
show.
we mentioned in a previous show that Michael's is seemingly deliberately not or purposefully, tactically not suing the NFL, but
Mhm.
the NFL is the one that made the the decision, and they still have him suspended to this day.
But to chiming into that, I think we talked about this. So guys, go take a look into that. But it's clear that I would say, but it's basically from a outside or from the outside looking in. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a professional. We are not. You will have a better view on this because yeah, you're a lawyer in general, not an American lawyer, but a lawyer that understands how things usually work. If someone starts spreading certain information about you and your employer picks it up and suspends you, it still doesn't
Absolve you.
absolve the person who's spreading the information because it also influenced the public view of you, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking
So
about pure logic. I'm not talking about who's if
yeah,
Mary is guilty of anything. Just based on logic, you would say the person who's spreading the information, whether it's correct or not, that's the source. Whether and you cannot. That's where the problem starts. It's the core of the problem.
yeah, yeah. Well, um, that is true, which is also why we we talked about it
Mhm.
about Michael not suing the NFL as well. Because if you sue everyone, then the judge can say, okay, Marriott's liability ends here and the NFL's liability starts here. For example,
Mm,
now the judge can only say the Marriott's liabilities starts here and ends here, but it cannot say anything about the NFL because the NFL is not a party to the case.
mm.
So, what Michael Irvin is accusing, so let's get to that part. And guys, remember to like the video, share it with your friends, family, and enemies, of course. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Uh, what Michael is claiming, amongst other things, is malice by
In the palace.
by no uh, no, shout out to Detroit Pistons, my team. They're at the bottom of the Eastern Conference Finals. Or not even the Eastern Conference Finals, the Eastern Conference, period. Number 15. Uh, rough times, rough times.
Why are we shouting out bums in our show, man? Let's
Well,
continue. Let's
but
continue.
so that's something. So Irvin is claiming malice, right?
Mm,
Malintent, which basically entails a reckless disregard for um, what's it called? So let's say the accusation, the validity of an accusation. Let's say, for lack of a better word, um, So whether the whether accusation is true or false, the falsity of the accusation. So basically, um, Marriott is saying that at least Irvin is saying that Marriott doesn't even care about the truth. Marriott doesn't really care about what's true or not, and that is of course also something that Marriott is denying. Um,
Really?
yeah, despite not KR, Marriott is even denying that he's aware or that it's aware of the fact that the witnesses called Irvin a jovial person. I mean, this
Are
is
they
public.
denying that? Are they denying that? That Michael stayed there?
That they do accept.
Oh,
They do
that
accept.
okay. That they do accept.
But I
And
mean, by this at this point, you know everything. I mean, this was on TMZ. It was spread around, but it's just ridiculous what the Marriott is
there
doing. But
are
I
there were multiple interviews about the key witnesses saying that he treated them pretty good.
yeah
And
yeah
you're saying that Marriott is denying this?
that's what Marriott is doing. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know in the comments what you think about this. Let us know if you're going to continue to stay at Marriott after all this, I would say almost a quagmire.
Yeah.
Are
Well,
you going to put your reputation up in the air for the for Marriott?
no, but Marriott is also denying that the conversation lasted about 1 minute.
What?
It's denying that it was in front of witnesses.
What are they doing?
It's denying that it ended in a brief handshake. That the conversation ended in a brief handshake.
Yeah. What?
And it's denying that Michael Irvin went to his room alone. But why is this the case? Because and why is Mary denying it? They're not explicitly denying it, but they are not um, specifying what they are denying. They just say we deny what's written in paragraph 20, for example. And when you go
Oh.
read, you're like, and actually it should say we because you can either deny it or you can admit it. So actually what they had to say, if you wanted to be more concrete, if Marriott wanted to be more concrete, it would have said the defendant admits that Michael Irvin talked to the person in front of eyewitnesses, went to the room alone, and denies everything else. But it just says Marriott denies everything. So then you're denying things that are. I mean, if you look at the video, can you pull the video up? You can see that there are witnesses, and you can see that there
Multiple
are
witnesses, right?
multiple witnesses, and you can see that the conversation ended in a handshake.
You can see here. Here, witness. You see already here 3 guys walking with him.
2, 3, yeah, 3.
3. I can count. I don't know where you learn counting, but
I
okay.
I don't do counting. It's against my religion.
Uh,
And
so
there
you
they
have
go. They
Oh,
sit at.
is this is this a security guard?
That's a guard. That's a security guard. Yeah.
So that's also an extra witness. That's already 4.
Yeah. But
He keeps circling around this whole yeah, look, he keeps walking here. hanging around. He's
And the
very
two,
close, by the way.
yeah. And the two, and KR, do you, I mean, we talked about it. Will you, it's, no one would just step to someone they don't know, a woman they don't know, and within, in within
No,
a minute and a half of meeting that person, say, hey, have you ever had a big black man inside of you?
it's not 1980s, man.
With
It's not the
with
1980s anymore.
with security guards, with a security
Walking
guard.
around. The security guard is things. Nah, things. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yo, I got emotional. I start talking on in other languages. Look at how close he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine.
But just let me go back to the video, because I just wanted to make another note, which is that if you look at the bar area,
Mhm.
on the other there, those were the same, that guy and the one to his right, those two were the ones, two of the three guys that came with Michael.
Yes.
So they sat there, and at the end of the video, you can see them still talking to each other. But let's play the video until to see where they shake hands, which is also something that Marriott is denying. Marriott is denying.
This
I
part.
think it's, yeah,
It's coming up.
it's coming up.
According to Marriott in previous oh, it's not coming up, I guess.
I mean,
Let me go
not
there.
immediately.
Speed it up a little bit. Go around here. Yeah, that's here. Do they deny that he touched her?
No, they don't deny that. They don't deny.
Okay.
But Michael said he touched her on the outside of her left elbow in one instance, and there we could see him laughing, bending over, and touch her on her. But there's a handshake.
Here it is.
That's a handshake. So Marriott is.
Let me go back a little bit. Now we have to go frame by frame to see a handshake. This is low grade detective stuff, man. We're watching a full handshake. That's clearly there. Here it is.
There
That's
it is.
handshake right there.
Yeah.
That's
the
not
handshake.
a intimate touch.
No.
Just a random handshake.
And people walking, there are witnesses there. So
The
Marriott is
security still walking around.
So Marriott is denying that there is security, denying that the conversation took place with other witnesses. And here you can see Mike, the girl walking in. They paused the video there. And there you see Michael. Michael is still talking to the guys he was talking to.
Yeah, and he's talking to these two guys as
Neo
well.
people, yeah. So
they have been hovering around. They've been hovering around to take pictures.
Yeah.
But
so you know that they were in the vicinity. Come on. So
what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Are they really denying this? Oh no, but just a question, because they are denying the whole paragraph. Are these kind of lawyer tactics to put the other lawyer to work?
Yeah. So you do it to enhance their burden of proof. So that's basically the discussion. Because what can you say? And I mean, you have to be honest. Did the conversation really conclude with a handshake? Because after the handshake, they were still talking. So then it becomes details, right? So it's like crossing T. So it's, you tell a story and they say, no, it didn't happen like that. And then you need to go look at the video again and you can see, hey, I mean, let's say objectively, guys, we want to stay objective. If you look at the video, you see them talking after the handshake. So now what Michael said it concluded with a handshake. Now they have to say, when we say conclude, what we meant to say was this. And of course, there was more talking, but those were uh, minor talks, the day-to-day things, but not it's
Or,
just like we conclude a meeting with a handshake and then say, hey, how's the kids, things like
yeah. Or did he yell out at the end?
that.
Guys, let us know. Let us know in the comments what you think about this. Because
Yeah.
are these lawyer tactics? Are these the things you think that shows that married might be
I
not?
mean, so it is. These are definitely lawyer tactics, but so that's clearly what Marriott is doing, and
Hmm.
Marriott has been doing that since the since
Since the start,
since the
actually, right?
start. Since the start, exactly. Since the start, saying the court isn't eligible, not wanting to hand over the videos. So Marriott is clearly using a stalling tactic. Let's proceed. Other things that Marriott, there's a long list of things that Marriott is denying.
They're denying everything happened except for him saying,
Well, they're denying that. Um, uh, at least Merritt is denying that it rushed to act before determining the truth. It denied that it acted in a willful disregard of the severe impact of the false accusation upon Mr. Irvin, his family, and his livelihood. It's denying that the damage used to Mr. Irvin by defendants has been swift and catastrophic. So it's even denying the consequences of what is happening to Irvin. Of course, I mean, it sounds crazy, but so why did they do it? Because as I said, okay, you need three things, you need more things, but let's say the three core things: you need to have an action you need to have an action that would need to be determined to be unlawful. You need to have damages, and that's what they're alluding to here. Because if I punch someone and it doesn't cause any damage because I don't know how to throw a good punch, then I am guilty, but there's no damage for me to repair.
mhm.
So here they're saying basically, oh, there's no damage. So why are they doing this? They want the Irvin's team to work harder on producing support for the damages. And of course, we know that they claimed 100 million. Irvin claimed 100 million. From what I saw in or read somewhere, I forgot where, but they said that oftentimes they use those big numbers just to get media attention. So you say
Mm.
$1 million, but it's gonna be I said it's probably gonna be way less, but I never knew that the reason was to make it a headline. 100 million.
That's what Marriott is claiming.
No, that's what Irvin is claiming. Irvin is suing for
Yes,
a
for
hundred
with
million.
100 million. But Marriott is saying that's only for the.
No. I am saying that I
Oh,
read somewhere that
okay.
that's why they claimed. So that's why people throw big numbers in the air when suing someone, just for the news to get media attention.
Okay.
Yeah, there are other things as well.
And there was this OF model who sued the boyfriend for 2 billion for
Um,
leaking her her pictures.
yeah. So is it worth 2 billion?
Well,
I mean, Irvin used to get.
she got into the media, so maybe that worked.
How much did Irvin earn? More or less, do you remember?
2 point something million a year.
Million per year. So 100 million is way too much. So what can
But you're also taking into account future
Yeah,
mis.
yeah.
So this is reputational damage. Or you ask yourself this, and guys, let us know in the comment what you think about the following thing. Would you, if you're a business owner, would you consider Michael as the face of your brand? Now this is out. Most brands play it really safe, so they wouldn't. So that's missed. But what it's hard to like calculate
That's
what
true.
that would be, right?
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, I checked. I've just made a quick calculation. I took 3 million. So let's say Michael earns 3 million a year. That's probably before tax. So he gets less in a sense. But let's just take 100 million. He's basically suing for 33 years worth of salary. Irvin is 57 now. So that would mean payment until his 90. So what are the chances that he'll be working until then? I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm just saying he might get a million, but he probably won't. We don't know. But yeah, so that's why, to get back on track, that's why Marriott is also disputing the damages. Yeah. Furthermore,
guys, let us know in the comments whether you think Marriott is actually not being truthful. Maybe Marriott is trying to make it hard on Michael. Should Marriott just give it up and settle? Let us know in the comments. RJ, please continue.
yes. So more things that Marriott is denying. Marriott is denying that multiple media outlets reported that the NFL pulled Michael Irvin from covering the Super Bowl due to misconduct by Michael Irvin towards a female hotel employee. So they are denying the
Ding dong, you're wrong.
they are
Do they have internet at the headquarters of Marriott? Because, dude,
yeah.
what are
Yeah.
they talking about?
Yeah.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Michael Irvin, they're also denying that Irvin offered multiple witnesses to be heard and that they refused to hear those witnesses. They are denying that they refused to address and remedy the situation, and they're denying that they investigated before falsely reporting.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, dude. What is going? Yeah,
But
anyway.
again, the reason why is purely because it's not that they're saying specifically. A majority of these cases are just implied, because they say we do not recognize, or we deny what is stated in article in paragraph, for example, 20 of the complaint. And then if you look at all the statements, that's basically what they are denying everything.
Guys, let us
yeah.
know in the comments if you think that Michael might get his money, and that these stalling tactics show that Marriott doesn't. They know they're just stalling. They're trying to get the money together right now. The bag. They're trying to fit the 100 million in the bag. They're trying
Yeah.
to get the money together to give it to Marriott. Let us know in the comments.
Uh, they are also they are also denying that they told the NFL. So that they told the NFL that they have a video that shows Michael guilty of misconduct.
I think this is the end of the show.
Just-
These guys are denying everything.
yeah, yeah.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Come on, man. Come on.
They are denying that. So Marriott is denying that uh, it has a long-term sponsorship deal with the NFL.
Oh, they're what is long term? Oh, long term might be 10 years, might be 2 years. What is long term?
You don't find that suspicious?
They,
You don't find that suspicious?
they are also denying that the fact that they have a long-term relationship with the NFL caused the NFL to make the decision of removing Irvin from the Super Bowl media team. And they deny that they knew or should have known that their statement would be
Oh no. Oh no.
would have the consequences.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, can someone step forward and
I've
just
seen him do it.
I'm tired of this, man. What? What?
Yeah.
Hey, man. I don't.
And like shortly after,
My brain hurts.
shortly after KR, shortly after this shortly after Marriott contacted NFL,
Mhm.
Michael was removed.
Coincidentally.
According to Marriott, it was coincidentally. Yeah. And let me see what else.
Or was it the bird?
What did you
It
say?
might have talked to NFL. The bird might have heard Marriott and the Jane Doe talking or manager, and then flew to the NFL team, and then started singing. Who knows? This is getting out of hand, RJ.
Well,
Are there anything? Is this all they did? Because at this point, it's starting. They're starting to become kind of.
yeah. So
Ow.
so basically, what they're doing is they're throwing the ball. They're trying to kick the ball back into Irvin's
Corner.
so in order to make him work more, work to prove, etc. But I believe some of the witnesses also stated that they contacted the hotel directly, and that they were not granted the opportunity to give their statement.
Yeah.
And as I said, I talked about malice, because malice is something that Michael Irving is claiming, amongst other things. Malice is as I said, in short, a reckless indifference of the truth. Let's keep it simple. And from the looks of it, Marriott doesn't care about the truth. I have never seen. I don't recall ever having seen something like this, that a hotel keeps on persisting that something happened when there's a lot of information that proves otherwise. A lot of times, especially for if you think of corporate, in fact, corporate companies, but also so big companies, especially companies that rely heavily on image and reputation. Oftentimes when it's 50-50, they solve it, they settle it, they contact the person, they issue an official apology, they grant him, money, they grant him other benefits so you can get a, even in cases where hey, something might have happened, but or at least that you're in the right, they would still say, you know what, to save our company face, let's settle this so
Hey,
we
to so that it gets away.
it really seems, or at least i I want to get into the conspiracy side, but I can when we look at the reaction of some of the people, and guys, please let us know in the comment section what you think. Remember to like the video and share it as well with your friends and family, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. But if you look at the feedback, the reactions we've received from people on our previous Irvin shows, I think a majority of the people agree that there's nothing there, and they also are of the opinion that Irvin is innocent. I did read two people who had differentiating opinion. One person said that at the end, Michael Irving will dissolve, and so will your channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone said that.
Is that a threat?
I don't know what it is. I don't care.
Okay.
But yeah. So, but a majority of people.
I'll snitch. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
I've seen him do it.
Yeah. So
Police,
I think.
police, help us! Help! Help!
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but a lot of people think that Marriott is in the right. Some people really believe that
Yeah.
no, that Marriott is wrong. So a
That
lot of
Marriott is
people
right.
a lot of
It
people
is.
think
I've seen a couple of.
a lot of people think that marriage is wrong, but there are also a lot of people that think marriage is life. We do have this culture of believe all women. So and like I always say, when someone gets accused of misconduct like this, whether it happened or not, that person's reputation will be stained for life. And that's you can do it with everything. You can say, hey, Irvin stole my phone. It won't have the same weight as someone saying Irvin misconducted himself in my presence or toward something to that extent. So it's very. But guys, let us know in the chat if you believe that Marriott has a personal beef against Michael Irvin. Does seem like that. It shouldn't be like that, but it does seem like that, because why else would Marriott be moving the way it's been moving, uh, while all information points towards it being wrong? But yeah, KR, we can continue with the document, but I think
I think it's clear. It's clear where we are now in this phase of the lawsuit. And again, we have all seen the video of the interaction between the accuser and Michael Irvin. I think it's clear that they talked to each other. It seems like on the video that she was walking away without any problems, without being disgusted or whatever. You would expect someone, when someone says something crazy, what Marriott alleges, that someone would run away or act differently. It seems like the person was calm, cool, and collected during the whole interaction. Like I said, maybe when she was walking away, Michael flipped and said, "It
Have you
why
ever had?
everyone is there, but no one heard it. Only her." Well, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
No, should guys let us know in the comments. Should hotel clerks and employees walk with a cam now, just like the cops, just so everything is recorded, every interaction? Would that save hotels in the future from $100 million lawsuits? Or will it prevent them from doubling down on $100 million lawsuit? Was this that would be crazy, guys, if it reaches the jury and the jury awards him not 100 million but 200 million. L of the year. Change the name to Lariat.
There is a movie. What's it called? Duplicity, I want to say. What it's called. But it's a good movie. It's not Duplicity, it's something else. But it's a movie where basically you have people on you have people with lenses. And in the lens, basically what we have as phones right now would be a lens. And the lens, so everyone can, so when something happens, say the cops can come, take a look at your lens and see whether you actually did something or not. And there are people living off grid. So some of the people live, they don't have the, so people that
80s movie,
that's
90s
a
movie.
that's a relatively new movie, but I forgot the name. But I really think it's a good movie. I mean, the way things are moving right now, the way things are moving, KR, it wouldn't surprise me if in 20 years it's things would be like this. But the reason why they installed it was so that everything would be clear, right? So you would walk on the street, you can see someone. I see KR, and I see everything I need to know. So KR is this tall, this old, this is what he does, etc., etc. So there would a world without privacy, basically. And there were still people who hacked the system, of course. That's a good movie. But yeah, maybe something like that. It's called, I think this is it. Let me check. Yeah, it's called Anon. Anon. Anon.
Anonymous.
Probably, yeah. Anonymous. Oh yeah. Anonymous. Anon. Yeah. So guys, if you haven't checked it out,
Is that the movie that describes the whole scene with or just the solution for things like this? You're trying to say?
no, it's just a movie about, I mean, the technology in the movie can be a solution in situations like this. But you can see in the movie that, like any system, you can still bypass the system,
bypass the system, but
hack the system. Yeah.
Even because the thing is, RJ, and maybe after this we can close it. Even if you have the footage, people might see things totally different.
Yeah.
So it will still not give the ultimate.
Yeah. Well, in the movie, it's just like cops. You can hear sound as well. But I 100%. I mean, you can talk. You can be a very charming person, and someone might just view that as charming. Another
flirting.
person can see that as
You be
flirting. Yeah.
jovial dude, happy, go happy.
Yeah.
Suddenly you got a case.
Yeah. So
You said to her,
And even now, when you look at how Marriott is denying everything, you start to look at the video and you're like, huh, I can see that this is not conclusive. So definitely it wouldn't help, but it would at least give some. I mean, now people will just stand straight if it's just camera, and then say, "Have you ever?"
"Gozaimasu."
Yeah. So yeah, but
Guys,
guys,
it's wrong if you give a woman a handshake, because that would be discriminatory if you not do it. And now if you do it, you might get a case on you. you be damned if you do. You damned if you don't.
yeah, yeah.
Ay, man.
Just don't talk to women. Just just kidding,
What a way
guys.
to go out. Hey, guys, please let us know in the comments what you think. Audrey, can you give us a short recap of this quackbire, and maybe we can send this off.
Yes, yeah. So, guys, in today's show, we discuss the latest development in the Michael Irvin versus Marriott and Jane Doe case. Particularly, we discussed Marriott's defense. Marriott is basically denying almost everything, even things where you say, but it's obvious that that can't be denied. But hey, Marriott has the right to do so, and Marriott is probably doing it, so it gives Michael Irving's team more job to do as it pertains to the burden of proof. Will it be successful? Yes or no? Time will tell, and we will definitely cover the story. Thank you to everyone that has been following the story with us, everyone that's been liking the video, commenting. Please comment more. We really want to know whether we're right or wrong. A majority of you we've seen agree with us, our stance, but maybe some of you don't. So please let us know what you think. Yeah,
That is
definitely.
also okay.
And if you want to hate too, also okay. Also help with the engagement. With that being said, KR, I think we can proceed with the final part of the show, which is the closing. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in to today's pre-recorded live show, as well as those watching the rebroadcast. Whatever your thoughts are, please let us know in the comment section below. Remember to rate the show by smashing the like button. Follow us on our socials at Double Thought Show on Instagram and Facebook. With regards to this video, as well as other videos, please share it with your friends and families, and of course, share it with
your enemies.
your enemies. And if you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe as well. Your subscription would mean a lot to us. If you haven't done so already, we are working hard. We are consistent. So please show, if you've watched a couple of our shows, or this is your first show and you think, hey, you wanna commit, let's say, to the channel, then we would really appreciate it for sure. As KR always says at the end of the shows,
But I can only show you the door.
There is no door. What are you saying? There is no door. You can tell me nothing.
Yo, KR is denying.
I'm denying there is a door. I'm denying we're doing this every show. What are you talking about, RJ? Anyway, guys.
Smaller in number, are we? But larger in mind.
Yes. Guys, KR is denying it just like Marriott, maybe even worse. Let's have a healthy conversation in the comment section below. And we'll see each other in the next show. KR, you wanted to say something first? I know you want to.
There are 41 videos. There are 41 videos of this, and I'm denying it. That's right.
Yes.
Guys.
With that being said, it's been a pleasure. Until next time.
Peace.
Peace.